Good morning, and thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Today we will be receiving testimony on S-3135, the Cold Weather Diesel Reliability Act, sponsored by Senators Sullivan, Lummis, Curtis, and Murkowski. This legislation is meant to address the serious safety issue for drivers of diesel trucks and equipment in certain parts of our country. And I know two of our witnesses have traveled very far to today, and appreciate you all being here. Since 2010, to comply with EPA vehicle emission regulations for NOx, most new diesel engines have used a technology known as selective catalytic reduction, or SCR. SCR is an emissions control system that sprays diesel exhaust fluid, or DEF, into the vehicle's exhaust stream to reduce NOx emissions. To maintain the proper function of the emissions control system, drivers must continuously fill the vehicle with DEF. To ensure compliance with emission standards, the EPA requires manufacturers to install onboard diagnostic sensors that detect when NOx emissions are too high, signaling that the vehicle is out of DEF. When the sensor detects an issue, it triggers the engine controls and software to severely limit an engine's performance through what is called a derate. That's about as technical as I'm going to get with you. When the vehicle derates, it cannot go faster than 5 miles per hour. However, vehicle derates are not limited to instances when the vehicle is out of DEF, but occurs at any time when the emissions control technology is not functioning correctly. Emission sensor failures can cause these restrictions, as well as prolonged cold weather, which can freeze DEF and prevent it from entering the exhaust system. No matter the reason, if the sensor detects an emission system malfunction, a driver has just 4 hours to fix the problem before the 5 mile per hour restriction kicks in. This system response in rural and cold weather regions can and has resulted in farmers' tractors shutting down in the middle of a field during harvest season, or stranded truckers in sub-zero temperatures on isolated roads in northern parts of the country. In 2021, sensor failures led to thousands of trucks across the country being derated and thus out of service for an immediate solution. To address this issue in emergency vehicles, such as fire trucks and ambulances, in 2012, the EPA exempted emergency vehicles from this requirement when responding to an emergency. The Cold Weather Diesel Reliability Act takes a similar approach by authorizing manufacturers to override the system in targeted or cold weather environments. By exempting diesel engine derates in Alaska and other parts of rural America, where so many folks rely on diesel trucks and equipment for their livelihood and transportation needs, the bill seeks to address this critical safety issue. I want to thank my colleagues for championing safety in transportation and working to address the unique needs of Alaska, Wyoming, and other cold weather states. I'd also like to thank the Trump administration for recognizing the importance of protecting our America's farmers and truckers. Last year, EPA Administrator Zeldin issued guidance to allow more flexibility and longer warning times before derates occur, and is gathering information to help fix this safety problem. So I look forward to this topic, and I'll now recognize Senator Whitehouse for his opening statement.